Hello, I'm Mike Keenan, and welcome to the Tall Global Perspective. Our topic today is international travel security, and our speaker is Johnathan Tal, the CEO of Tall Global. Welcome, Johnathan.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
It's great to have you here. Well, let's get started. There's a lot going on in the world today. So with that in mind, what has changed on the international travel front?
So, Mike, the world is not a safe place. I think that's not news to anyone who is listening here or watching this today, but it has changed in the last 25 years, the last 7 years in particular. I'll just list some of the conflict that's been going on. There's a war in Ukraine between Ukraine and Russia. There is a unrest in Ecuador. There is a stateless, lawless place in Haiti. There is law enforcement versus drug cartels in Mexico. There is a war in Nagorno-Karabakh between Armenia and Uzbekistan. There is a conflict in the South China Sea that could impact Taiwan at any moment. There is a kind of a tenuous ceasefire between Yemen, the Houthis, and the Yemeni government. All of those things make the world unsafe. But then this is all true, or was true, for October 6th. Now, post October 7th, we have a major conflict going on in the Middle East. And had you asked me on October 6th, could I go to Israel? I have some business there, or I want to go on vacation, or I want to see the Dead Sea, or I want to go on a pilgrimage, I'd say, go ahead. It's a safe country. It has legal parameters. It has military. It is safe. I can't say this anymore. It's as of October 7th, following the massacre perpetrated by Hamas, Israel is a powder keg that may ignite the whole Middle East, and it's completely changed. So the point that I'm trying to make, and I hope I'm making it very clear, is the fact that you know, or if you know what the situation is today, that does not necessarily mean that you know what's going to be there tomorrow when you arrive on your flight.
Yes, I totally understand. And it's quite comprehensive what you shared in terms of the extent of conflicts around the world. So if I was thinking about traveling, how would I prepare?
So travel for business versus travel privately or for leisure are a little bit different. But I think the practice should be very similar. You should do research. You should go to the U.S. State Department. You should go to other websites that foreign governments provide to their citizens by way of advisories. Most of those things are not necessarily up to the minute updated. So you do, if you have, for example, an office in Bangkok, and you can connect with the office manager there who is reading the news, who is listening to or watching TV, who knows what's going on the street, that's good. Do that. Get intelligence. If you need to, hire intelligence from organizations that provide this sort of information, and be prepared. Know where you're going. Have your route mapped. Know who's meeting you. Where what are you going to do, and how you're going to interact with the local people. Be prepared for emergency evacuations. Be prepared to know where the hospitals are, law enforcement, American consulates, etc.
Understood. So are there countries or areas that we should avoid, or I should avoid if I was traveling? And if so, how would I find out about those areas?
Okay, good question. And yes, there are definitely places to avoid. I personally, and I'm fairly experienced traveler with the background that I have, I avoid war zones. I do not go to war zones. If we need to evacuate or extract people from there, we use local people, because as an American, when you are overseas, you stand out. And nowadays, with the United States support of Israel and Ukraine and various other positions, we as Americans are becoming targets to either Islamist extremism, to various other parties in conflicts, and we need to be careful as to where we're going to go. So yes, war zones are clearly to be avoided. places where there is lack of law. Haiti is not a place I would go to nowadays. Ecuador, I would question. So do your research. Be aware of the places where risk is heightened. Avoid those when you go. If you have to go, keep a low profile. Use a local resource to drive you around. Someone who knows the roads, who knows where to go. If needed, engage with executive protection, and take that seriously, because the world is a dangerous place and you only have one life and you need to keep that.
Well, thank you, Johnathan. That was extremely informative. And it definitely gives everyone some thought before they decide to travel. So thank you for that. If you'd like to learn more about our organization or our services, please visit us at talglobal.com. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay alert and stay safe.